Hey guys, freeroam here, and today I'm going to be testing the Ferrari Enzo in multiplayer in Forza Horizon 4. This video will be a little bit different than my others because I will be testing this car both on the road and off-road. And included in there is a very fun cross-country race. I will be using two tunes, Blue Carter EX's tune for the on-road sections and Grandma Driving's tune for the off-road sections. Also, you guys know the decal for this car in Asphalt 9, which is red with the black stripes? Well, Meaty Potato made a purple one with the same black stripes for me, so thank you for that. Now it's time to move on to our asphalt race in the video, which is going to be on the Meadows Sprint. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and be sure to check out my new freeroam clips channel, which I will put a link to in the description. I have one Forza Horizon 4 clip up there. I might upload more if we have some more good ones submitted. Also check out my Purple Team Discord, the link to that will be in the description as well, and I hope you enjoy these races. Joining me today are Kevin in his McLaren F1, Meaty Potato in his Ferrari Enzo Career GT in his Carrera, as always, Flame in his 911 Turbo, Takustado in his Alfa Romeo 155, Skipper in his ATS GT, Tangram in his Honda NSX-R, Rio in his Ferrari Enzo as well, Speed Demon in his Huracan P, and Shadow Reaper in his NSX-R GT. If you would like to be a part of these lobbies, in the Purple Team Discord there is a special roles channel where if you click on the Forza Horizon 4 emote, you will be added to the Forza Horizon 4 role, which I will ping every time I make one of these lobbies. I also plan to do the same thing once Forza Horizon 5 comes out, assuming it has the same capabilities, which I would think it should, so if you don't have Forza Horizon 4 and are planning to get 5, you can look forward to some races with me there. So I have to say, these races I recorded in the Enzo were some of the most fun races that I have had in a while, I think, and that is partially due to the change in scenery with the off-road section coming later in the video, as well as a very fun cross-country one as well. I've spoken previously about not wanting to do cross-country normally, just because it's kind of annoying when you have really fast kind of supercars which don't get good grip off the road, and yeah, it's just kind of pain to deal with them. But that's what most of the cars I usually test in Forza Horizon 4 are like, because I typically like to test the cars that are also in Asphalt 8 or 9 because you guys seem to like to watch them more. However, I was told that the Enzo was actually a pretty good off-road car in Class S1, so I wanted to try it out for myself, and I was pleasantly surprised, as you will see. So I come in a very close second to Meaty Potato here, almost pass him at the last second as he does a spin out. You can see him there right behind me as I cross the finish line. If you were trying to make it into the video like that, you did a good job. Next up, we have a hilarious off-road race on Glen Rannick Trail. We are joined by Skipper in his Enzo, Flame in his Renault 5 Turbo, Rio in his Alfa Romeo 33S, Meaty Potato in his Hoonigan RS200, which is a very powerful car, Shadow Reaper in his Lexus LFA, and Tangram and Carrera in their Carreras. Now, one interesting thing about a lot of the off-road races in Forza Horizon 4 is that big sections of them often are actually on the road. Very rarely do you get an off-road race that is completely off-road, as I found through my testing of several of them. Skipper picked the off-road races, and yeah, that happened. What that is, I am not entirely sure, but it made for a pretty funny race. And then Carrera flies over and lands on top of me. I have no idea what's going on. I would really love to test more cars that are in Asphalt 8 or 9 that also are good off-road, such as this Enzo here. So put down in the comments if you guys have any ideas for cars like that I could test, because I think it would be really cool to do more hybrid videos like this, where I have like one race on the asphalt and one race off-road and perhaps one cross-country. I just think it gives some more fun variety, because I'm sure you guys have found that playing the same like 20 asphalt races over and over again can get a little bit old sometimes, so it's nice to have a change of scenery here. Unfortunately, I like clipped the very edge of that wall. I think there's something tiny sticking out that causes you to lose speed there if you go through it. Kind of unlucky on my part. Now, I was thinking in Forza Horizon 5, although we might or might not get actually more races to test cars on, which I am 100% going to do, I am so much looking forward to that game, but even if we don't get more tracks, we will still probably have more variety in scenery, because, I mean, Forza Horizon 4, if you really think about it, it's a lot of the same stuff all around the track. Like, if I was just driving here, I wouldn't really be able to tell you what part of the track I'm on. Now, in Forza Horizon 5, though, there is localized weather, there are mountains, there are deserts, there are more lush places. It's just a bunch of variety in terms of biomes, I guess you might call it, thinking of the Minecraft way of describing it. But I just think that will lead to a lot more fun, and I am very much looking forward to it. I have not pre-ordered the game yet, but sometime before it comes out in November, I will pre-order the premium edition or whatever the highest one is, so that I'll be able to make videos about it right when it first comes out on November 4th. And I am not quite sure what Meaty is doing in his Hoonigan. But we are into second place. Rio is kind of like Ardno V2, who always just gets way ahead in the races, and whenever Ardno joins in the lobbies, he and Rio almost always are up there fighting for first and second position unless something crazy happens to one of them. It's kind of fun to watch, but it does mean that I'm almost always going to get third place or behind when those two are in the races. Super fun though. And now for something that you have never seen in one of my videos before, unless you count the Eliminator, we have a free roam rush race on what is actually one of my favorite free roam rush routes, I guess you call it. It's not really a circuit, it's because there's no barriers. I mean, you can go wherever you want. You can drive through the meadows, you can drive through the forest. All you have is a starting point and a destination, and it is up to you to figure out what is the fastest way there possible. Now, I have not actually played too much free roam rush, but this route I have driven a few times, so I had a pretty decent idea of what I needed to do with it. See, the highway is almost always something you want to go for if it is at all in the general direction, and it looks like Rio was doing the exact same thing as we're barreling down pretty much right next to each other here. See, oftentimes it is faster to go on the road for as long as you can, even if it is not directly pointing toward your destination, just because oftentimes it can actually be faster than, say, driving through a field and losing speed, or trying to go through a forest and taking that kind of shortcut, but unfortunately hitting a tree, which has happened to me many times. Here, not my proudest moment, hitting all the guardrails, allowing Rio to get a bit ahead, but then we have a switch up. He hits something, maybe that barn right there, and Shadow is now way in the lead as I come onto another road. You pretty much want to try to aim for roads as much as you can on these, up to the point where they take you way off circuit. Like here, I can see the destination is not far away. I jump over the railroad tracks and go through the forest again without hitting anything somehow. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I love this route for some reason. It's so much fun. And finally, I barrel down toward the beach to hit the destination head on and come in second place. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like the video if you have enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more asphalt and other games content. And I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!